Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn will promise to sweep away the greed is good culture that caused the 2008 economic crash if he wins power. He will set out plans to transform Britain and kickstart a green jobs revolution, in his conference speech. This will include 400,000 skilled green jobs to insulate homes and build more wind farms. He will point to Labour's commitment to reduce the UK's net carbon emissions by 60% by 2030, and to zero by 2050. Much of the money to pay for the policy will come from the public purse, such as the £12.8 billion Labour says it will set aside for subsidies to insulate homes in Labour's first term. The party says this policy alone will create 160,000 new jobs. There will also be subsidies for offshore and onshore wind and solar energy. But the private sector will be encouraged to invest in onshore wind through changes to planning guidance, and landlords will be forced to invest in retrofitting older properties. He will also use his speech in Liverpool to announce proposals for more free childcare in England. The conference week has been dominated by Brexit, with Labour members voting on Tuesday to keep all options on the table, including a fresh referendum, if there is no deal with Brussels. But the party has also announced a string of new policies, building on those contained in its 2017 general election manifesto. Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell unveiled plans to force large companies to give staff 1% of their shares a year, netting them up to £500 a year each. He also set out plans to democratise the economy by renationalising the water industry, which he said would hand power to workers, consumers and local councils. Further nationalisations of the rail, mail and energy industries would follow under a Labour government. The party is hoping for a general election within months if Theresa May's government collapses over Brexit. Mr. Corbyn will say the old way of running things isn't working anymore, and Labour's better-than-expected election result last year showed voters were ready for something new. 10 years ago this month, the whole edifice of greed is good, deregulated financial capitalism, lauded for a generation as the only way to run a modern economy, came crashing to earth, with devastating consequences.